आवाज आ रही है मेरी मैडम? सागर।
मेरी आ रही है?
हाँ जी मैडम, आ रही, क्लियर आ रही है जी।
ठीक।
थोड़ा आपका अभी फेस ना बहुत नीचे है, ऊपर ब्लैंक है पूरा। हाँ ठीक, हाँ थोड़ा सा, हाँ ठीक है, हाँ हाँ ठीक, अभी ठीक है जी। अभी थोड़ा एक तरफ आप हो जाओ, लेफ्ट और राइट, ये डिस्टेंस है थोड़ा। आपका जो सिटिंग है ना, ये मेरा जो लेफ्ट हैंड है उस तरफ ज्यादा गैप है। आप थोड़ा सा मेरे वाले लेफ्ट हैंड की तरफ हो जाओ, इस तरफ जहां पे अभी हाथ, इस तरफ आप हो
अरे मेरा वो कहाँ गया, मास्क कहाँ गया? मेरा चालू हो गया, मेरा हाँ हो गया। मास्क कहाँ चला गया? हेलो हेलो, हाँ सर, हेलो हेलो हेलो, हेलो, am I audible? हेलो, am I audible?
A very good afternoon to everyone present here. I am Sagar Kumar, Assistant Professor, Department of Pharmacy, Metro College of Health Sciences and Research, and your host for the session. And it gives me immense pleasure to extend my warm welcome on behalf of Metro College of Health Sciences and Research conducting international webinar on impact of COVID-19 on healthcare practices and future aspects. Metro College of Health Sciences and Research is a part of the student-centric services of Metro Group of Hospitals founded in 1997 by Dr. Purushottam Lal, Padma Bhushan, Dr. B.C. Roy, National Awardee, a pioneer of interventional cardiology in India. Society of Metro Group for Education and Medical Research has established Metro College of Health Sciences and Research to impart quality education in field of healthcare. Since then, Metro College of Health Sciences and Research has emerged as pioneering and prominent institute in field of healthcare education, offering quality education in field of pharmacy, nursing, and in many other paramedical fields. This international webinar is an effort to benefit healthcare professionals and the society in the era of pandemic by the whole Metro family. This webinar is a result of continuous support and motivation of Dr. Sonia Lal Gupta, Managing Director, Metro College of Health Sciences and Research, who provide us this opportunity to host this webinar. Her continuous support motivates us to assemble on one platform. I would also like to extend my warm greetings and welcome to our honorable speakers who are here to enlighten us with their knowledge and experiences. I would like to welcome Dr. Pradeep Vaisen, Clinical Research Scientist and Coordinator from Department of Nutritional Sciences, Faculty of Medicine, University of Toronto, Canada. I welcome Dr. Varun Jaiswal, Assistant Professor from Gachon University, Seongnam, Daeru, South Korea. Good afternoon, sir. Thanks for joining with us. And now I would like to welcome Dr. Kanak Lata, Director of Education, Metro College of Health Sciences and Research, without whom this event would not be possible. A very warm welcome to Dr. Kanaklata. Good afternoon, ma'am. Thanks for joining with us. It's an honor and privilege to have such eminent personality with us for this session. And last but not the least, I would like to welcome all the faculty members and the participants who have joined us here from different part of the world and different part of the country. As we know that this COVID-19 pandemic has changed our life drastically in a really short period of time. It has brought us new challenges in every domain of life, especially in the field of healthcare. In today's session, we are going to have a deep insight of how this pandemic have changed the healthcare practices and what are the emerging trends in the healthcare field which are taking place in this pandemic era. So for now, enlighten us on this topic, I would like to invite Dr. Pradeep Vaizan to address us on the topic. Sorry, participants, very unfortunately, Dr. Pradeep Vaizan couldn't join us due to some very unavoidable circumstances. So to speak on behalf of Dr. Pradeep Vaizan, I would like to call a renowned academician and researcher, Dr. Alok Mukherjee. I would like to welcome Dr. Alok Mukherjee, and let me begin with a brief intro of Dr. Alok Mukherjee. Dr. Alok Mukherjee is a professor and principal of United Institute of Pharmacy, Allahabad. Dr. Mukherjee has earned his PhD in pharmaceutical sciences from Uttar Pradesh Technical University and are alumni of Dr. H.S. Gaur Central University, Sagar. Previously, Dr. Mukherjee has been associated with Department of Pharmaceutical Sciences, Faculty of Health and Medical Sciences, Allahabad Agricultural Institute Deemed University, and BBDIT, Lucknow, and KB Institute of Pharmaceutical Education and Research, Gandhinagar, Gujarat as an academician. Dr. Mukherjee has also spent a decade of his life in pharmaceutical research as research officer in Mercury Pharmaceutical Limited, Vadodara, Gujarat. Dr. Mukherjee is also an approved pharmacist by Food and Drug Control Administration in small volume parenterals. Dr. Mukherjee has published 43 scientific papers in different international and national journals and also authors many books of international repute in field of pharmacy. Dr. Mukherjee has also guided 14 PhD scholars to achieve their doctorate degree in the field of pharmacy. Dr. Mukherjee has graced a number of international and national seminars and conferences with his presence as a speaker. Dr. Mukherjee is a reviewer of different national and international journals of high reputation. Dr. Mukherjee is also a member of Board of Study of various universities like Assam University, Silachar, Assam, VB Singh University, Jaunpur, Uttar Pradesh, CSJM University, Kanpur, Uttar Pradesh, SHIATS, Allahabad Agricultural Institute, Deemed University, Allahabad, MJP Rohilkhand University, Bareilly, Uttar Pradesh. Dr. Mukherjee is also a lifetime member of Indian Pharmacy Graduate Association, Indian Society of Pharmacognosy, Association of Pharmaceutical Teachers of India, International Academy of Pharmaceutical Sciences, and International Academy of Physical Sciences. Sir, I am very thankful to you for joining us from your busy schedule. Sir, please come on the stage and please enlighten us with your knowledge. Now I would like to turn to Dr. Mukherjee. Sir, please enlighten us on our topic. Thank you, sir. Dear participants, Dr. Mukherjee couldn't join us due to some technical reason. He will join us few minutes later. So now I would like to continue the session, and I would like to call Dr. Kanaklata, a very versatile personality in the field of teaching, management, and management research. Dr. Kanaklata is Director of Education, Metro College of Health Sciences and Research, and without whom this event would not be possible. Dr. Kanaklata is a doctorate in management with professional degree in pharmacy and hospital administration and management in education and marketing. Dr. Kanaklata is an acclaimed professional with more than 22 years of experience in teaching, training, administration, and team management. She has excellent interpersonal, analytical, and troubleshooting skill to lead an organization and achieve the set goals. She has been instrumental in establishing the AICTE approved new technical colleges. She has held academic leadership positions for several years. She has also undergone training of various facets as like of faculty development program. She is also a certified faculty of AICTE for universal human value. She has published papers in HRM and marketing management in various national and international journals and has presented papers in various management conferences. She is lifetime member of AHA and IPGA. Ma'am, please enlighten us with your knowledge and experiences on this topic. Thank you, ma'am.
Mute. Yeah. Very good afternoon. I hope I am audible to all. Am I audible to all? Yeah, very good afternoon. Dear all, my dear eminent speakers, though he could not join, but I would like to welcome and thank Dr. Pradeep Vaisen from University of Toronto, Canada, Dr. Varun Jaiswal from Gakon University, South Korea. Good afternoon, sir. Dr. Alok Mukherjee from United Institute of Allahabad, and all my dear colleagues and participants. My warm greetings to all of you and welcome all of you. I would like to thank our top management for motivating and guiding us for this event. My thanks to Principal Dr. Surendra Lalwani and the organizing team for inviting me to share my opinion on this very relevant topic, impact on COVID-19 on healthcare practices and future aspects. This is the need of an hour to discuss on this topic. I would like to share here that our MD Dr. Sonia Lal Gupta has been very active in spreading the awareness about the disease and has been much sought after expert on many national media channels for getting her medical advices for prevention and the management of COVID-19. Now I would like to share my PPT. Please allow me to share. No, I said this is very relevant topic these days to discuss and to have better clarity on future practices and future aspects when we all are aware about the pandemic of COVID-19. If I say COVID-19 pandemic, the first word which arises in my mind is unprecedented challenges. The second word I would say unimaginable crisis which has been created on this earth. Unpredictable future because even WHO is not sure, no country is sure about the future which we will be having with the COVID, which direction our future is going to be. So it's very unpredictable. The whole world almost at stand still. It has spread more than to the 200 countries, even with so much of advancement in medical field. It has a greater impact on even, it has pushed the whole world into the war. More than 23 million patients worldwide is infected, where the 8 lakh deaths that in nearly 5 months has happened. Till now, more than 31 lakhs patients in India with more than 56 deaths has reported. It's really very unfortunate for all of us. Even the dear ones afraid of approaching the close relatives if they are suffering with COVID-19. But very proudly, I would say, our doctors and our healthcare workers, even our alumni, are like angels to mankind. Many forms of corona warriors in different fields are working day and night, maybe healthcare, employee, supplies, suppliers, law and order department. Now, if I think the areas which has been impacted by COVID-19 very seriously, this could arises in my mind few points like healthcare providers, individual medical practitioner, medical tourism, medication, self-medication and over-the-counter medicine sale, formal sector, psychological impact on health, lifestyle and food habits of human beings, the importance of yoga, Ayurveda, naturopathy, Unani and homeopathy these days, the tech-enabled healthcare solutions, and the medical devices industry. Now, I'll go into the detail with one-to-one. I would discuss first impact on healthcare providers. I would like to consider our metro group of hospitals too, because we are the service provider in healthcare sector. The healthcare sector is at the epicenter of this unprecedented global pandemic challenge. Private sectors has risen to the occasion by offering all the support in the area of testing, preparation of isolation beds, or deploying equipment and staff. Unlike other sectors, this sector faces queuing burden. I would say this is facing queuing burden. Why queuing? Because it has need to invest additional manpower, equipment, consumables, etc. to ensure 100% preparedness for safe treatment in the hospital. Whereas the other expenditure, they are experiencing a sharp drop in OPD footfalls, the sharp drop in the elective surgeries, and the sharp drop in the international patients. Finally, we are feeling that the COVID-19 has impacted adversely on the cash flow of hospitals, whereas 80% of its cost is fixed. Very difficult situation for healthcare providers. If I talk about individual medical practitioners, I would say despite COVID-19 being a health crisis, medical practices has been badly hit. Large drop in revenue has been reported by physicians doing private practices. A few weeks into the pandemic, the Medical Group Management Association reported a negative financial effect on 97% of the 224 medical practitioners has been surveyed. On online survey by the Texas Medical Association, it has been found that 68% of practicing physicians in that state had cut their work hours with a reduction in their salary up to the 62%. Very bad. The another impact is self-medication and over-the-counter sale of medicine, which we say we understand by the OTC product. But irrespective of OTC product, these days, what is happening? The data suggests that the patient of chronic ailments even, like hypertensive, like diabetic, like thyroid suffering patient, the patient of gastrointestinal diseases, the patient of dental problems, the patient of respiratory problems, they have been increasing as patients are avoiding to go to the consultant to take their advices and resorting themselves to the self-medication or continuing with the past prescriptions, which may worsen their life for long term. The medical tourism, if I talk about medical tourism, medical travel industry of India has become the almost standstill, whereas the travel to India for the treatment for both as well as modern medicine, if I talk about the India and the Indian uh, Ayurveda sectors, which provides the Ayurveda and the natural therapy for so many of ailments, is estimated to be about 3 billion US dollar market for India, which has gone into the standstill. No flights, no uh, patients is coming from India, from abroad to India for this medical tourism. So the medical tourism in nutshell has impacted by the COVID-19 very badly. If I'll talk about impact of pharmaceutical industries, I would say Indian pharma industry has been a world leader. It is world leader in generic, both globally as well as domestic market. Made in India drugs are supplied to the developed countries such as US and European countries, European nations. But India, India's large import dependence on China's, something around 70% by value, has become a significant threat to India's healthcare manufacturing as well as global supply chain. A very bad situation which has arisen because of COVID-19 presence on this earth. The domestic production of generic drugs like hydroxychloroquine has increased up to the level of 70% of world production, which has been generated by India and supplied by India to the other countries which were in need of giving management of COVID-19 treatment. India is actively engaged in developing the COVID-19 vaccines aligned with the foreign university and foreign labs. So few positive aspects also, which where the India and the other country has realized their potency to combat COVID-19 also. The impact on medical devices industries, if I talk about, there has been sudden rise in the demand of specific medical devices like ventilators, masks, oxygen cylinders, sanitizers, PPE kit, etc. for managing the COVID-19 crisis. India imports consumables, disposables, and capital equipments, including orthopedic implants, gloves, syringes, bandages, ventilators, testing kits from China, and maintaining their supply in this time of crisis is very, very problematic. However, the crisis had a bright side also. I strongly believe the challenges can be converted to opportunity, and which we have shown just a few days, few months back. And the bright side for encouraging domestic manufacturing of these devices is very suitable example. So India has tried the level best to change the challenges into opportunity. And India has started making PPE kits, ventilators, N95 masks, medical oxygen, testing kit, and lot many other things with the mission of Atmanirbhar Bharat. Now here, the impact of COVID-19 and making us enabled, making all the healthcare services enabled through technology. There has been change in this consumer preference and priorities with focus on use of technology and contactless healthcare. Social distancing and a fear-led mindset have resulted in consumer preferring online consultation over in-person interactions. Patients prefer to have their healthcare needs met remotely or from the comfort and safety of their homes. They expect their healthcare providers to prioritize adherence of safety protocols. The demand for telemedicine services is expected to continue, driven by an increase in consumer preference for the efficient consultation setting that eliminates commuting and waiting time for patient. Broadly, my dear all participants, I would like to convey that Metro Group of Hospitals has taken this initiative of very early stage of impact of COVID-19 in India. So broadly, I would convey this. We all centers of hospital is well connected for telemedicine services. Now, a few things I would like to share my thought on psychological impact of COVID on our health. A large proportion of human beings of every age group and healthcare professionals are experiencing symptoms of anxiety, depression, insomnia, or irregularity in the sleep and psychological distress. Especially if I talk about frontline healthcare workers in hotspots exhibit a higher degree of psychological burden compared to the ones further away from them. Dealing with quarantine is a particularly very stressful experience for parents who must balance their personal life, their work, and the development of their child who are in the rising stage. The emergence of the health and socio-economic crisis has pushed everyone into the maladaptive lifestyle, which is very dangerous if I'll talk about for the future in long term. The impact of traditional curing practices has also been impacted, but somehow this has taken the positive path in India and abroad too. The COVID-19 has brought a paradigm shift from cure-oriented health to prevention-oriented lifestyle. I would like to repeat the paradigm shift from the lifestyle which were earlier was cure-oriented. If I'll get sick, I'll go to doctors. No, the whole concept had changed towards the prevention of our life. So the paradigm shift is from cure-oriented health to the prevention-oriented lifestyle. And in the lieu of that, the immunity boosting, the mode of immunity boosting of ourselves has increased a lot. The medical approaches focus on the factors that support human health and well-being and make the body strong with the improvement in immunity to have a healthy food and healthy lifestyle. The Ayush Mantralaya, which has been working under the directly government of India, has taken a lot of initiative to make people aware regarding the Ayurveda, yoga, naturopathy, Unani, Siddha, and homeopathy under the supervision of their specialists has been recommending many forms of traditional homemade items, homeopathic drugs, exercises, etc. for the fighting the menace of COVID-19. They have suggested various types of herbal drugs and tea. The decoction that called kadha made from tulsi, dalchini, kali mirch, sundhi, and munakka. So this is a particular type of kadha which they claim if we are taking in a advisable manner, it will increase our immunity. So these are the few positive paradigm shift which I feel has occurred because of impact of COVID-19. If I'll talk about the overall impact on our lifestyle, then we all are aware the change of our lifestyle these days. There has been drastic change in our lifestyle with confinement in homes and dependence on online modes, even for shopping, for entertainment, for education, for discussion, for meetings, for everything. There is time, but one cannot go outside to enjoy. More than 90% of restaurants in India are offline and it's closed these days. Even online supply of food like Swiggy, Zomato, or that they have the orders dropped significantly. It has reported through one of the survey that the online, ordering of ready-made food has gone down up to 70 to 80% these days. My dear all participants, I would say the mirror image of online food is homemade food and giving the importance of mother, and the housewives who cooks a very hygienic food for all of us at home. So that this is a positive impact which we could realize during the ban of food supply by the Swiggy, Zomato, and other mode. The sanitizers, the use of sanitizers for self and item sources from outside have become a new trend, and it is necessity as well. The face mask and social distancing and hand hygiene are part of life now. This has also brought family members to spend time together, though it is very, very positive. But still, I would say the positivity has come at the cost of avoiding outdoor activities. A wonderful and important activities is now these days at the avoidance, like physical sports for students at all age group, the physical walking for the fresh air, the walking in the open sky, under the open sky is at the avoidance at these days. I would say this is the one figure which has been shared and in a public interest by the Metro Group of Hospitals. Now, impact on future aspects, as the topic was where our future aspect would go. What is our future aspect? So, if I'll narrate and I'll come from compare the future aspect of COVID-19 could be a greater emphasis is expected on build-up of health infrastructure to take care of biological emergencies and incidents if any will occur in the future. Hence, if I directly connect this build-up health infrastructure, I would say the necessity of employability of healthcare professionals are directly going to be increased. Even governments are planning to increase the number of affiliated approved seats for medical, paramedicals, and nursing healthcare professionals. So the education of this paramedical and medical healthcare educations are going to take boom in the coming future. Encourage care of health and immunity and adoption of hygiene practices, including yoga and medication. Though we know our heritage is the witness of yoga and meditation, which we left behind in a hurrying of our life. So somehow COVID-19 has taught us to go back to our Indian heritage, to value our Indian heritage, and to go and to give importance of yoga and meditation again. It would provide encouragement for domestic production of healthcare appliances and emphasis on Atmanirbhar Bharat. So this is very big future aspect. I would say by the promise of Atmanirbhar Bharat, we are going to create a lot many more job opportunity, and that we are going to minimize threat by global countries like China, which has given direct threat to India not to supply or turbulence in the supply of so many items which we were purchasing earlier. So by embedded by emphasis and by initiativeness for the Atmanirbhar Bharat, I think we are going to achieve all the necessity items in our domestic through our domestic market. There would be increased independence on online mode of medication and medical consultation, which I said that almost all medical services providers has started, including our all centers of Metro Group of Hospitals. This telemedicine is going to be a very, very big business, and the encouragement has been provided to these kind of services in future too. In case of early availability of effective vaccine or maybe medicine against the COVID-19, there would be gradual increase in the footfall of hospital and at clinics of private practitioners. This I would summarize as a future aspect which has been impacted and given by COVID-19 outbreak. Now, I would like to conclude my slide that the COVID-19 has severely impacted whole world, which was certainly unprecedented, unexpected, unthinkable in the modern world. It has brought many challenges in the area of medical practices, medical devices, pharmaceuticals, and patient behavior. Health management will become a lot more integrated. Earlier, we were forgotten to integrate the various level to integrate and to provide healthcare services to the needy one. Now, the COVID-19 has made us learn, and it has given the integration of various players for the health management, which offering different services, coming together and offering consumer the care they need exactly. So this is the wonderful, I would say, this wonderful aspect. The organization that accept these challenges. I would again say the organization that accept these challenges and think of them as opportunity to evolve will benefit, while those that resist the change and simply wait for the pre-COVID world to return back will find the going increasingly tougher time over the period. So I would conclude, my dear all participants, we all have all competency and potential to convert each type of challenges into opportunity. So the my concluding line is, like we all are aware about the unprecedented, unexpected, unthinkable situation, and the WHO even has declared the future is unpredictable. Hence, we all should collaborate, coordinate, and we all should develop ourselves to combat this COVID-19 situation with the flying colors. I think if we decide to convert all type of challenges into opportunity, the resources will come to favor us automatically. So there is no end of the communication of my thought to present, but time would not allow me to continue anymore. So I would like to thank all the participants for patient hearing. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am, for providing us this valuable information and for joining us from your busy schedule. And I really want to quote here that adversity is the mother of opportunity. In every harsh condition, you can find an opportunity to do something good, to do something better. Same is goes with the pandemic COVID-19. COVID-19 has shows us the importance of basic hygiene. Telemedicine has emerged as a major field in the field of healthcare, as the madam told us. Now, for further enlighten us on our topic, we have Dr. Varun Jaiswal from Gachon University, South Korea with us. So now I would like to invite Dr. Varun Jaiswal from Gachon University, South Korea to address us on the topic. But let me begin with a brief intro of Dr. Jaiswal. Dr. Varun Jaiswal is assistant professor at Gachon University, Seongnam Dairo, South Korea. Dr. Jaiswal has been associated with National Center for Disease Control Delhi as assistant professor. Dr. Jaiswal has successfully filed and received 4 patents for his research works and also has published 42 research articles in different reputed international journals. Dr. Jaiswal has developed 4 database and web servers which are successfully being used for the research purposes. 6 PhD scholars have received their doctorate degree under the guidance of Dr. Jaiswal. Dr. Jaiswal has also graced enormous international and national seminars and conferences with his presence as speakers. So I now request Dr. Jaiswal to enlighten us on the topic and to share his valuable knowledge and experience with us. So I welcome Dr. Jaiswal with us. Sir, please join us and enlighten us on our topic.
Good afternoon, all of you. So I am audible.
Yes, good afternoon, sir. You are very audible. Thank you, sir, for joining with us.
So first of all, very thank you for Dr. Kanaklata. She gave a very informative and very nice talk and very nicely presented. I am very delighted to attend that talk. So I am also very thankful to Metro College and their management. So I will start with the similar topic. So I just want to share my PPT first. So is this correct? The thesis is the PPT is visible to audience.
Yes, sir. It is very much visible.
Great,
It is very
great,
clear.
great, great. Okay. So welcome again. So I have very similar topic. I will just talk about the impact of COVID-19, the potential solution and future aspects. What would be the future? So my slide content would be introduction, impact and our role, psychological impact and proposed solution. What are the positive aspect? We can say the blessing discuss and the future aspect we will discuss. The very first thing that current pandemic of COVID-19 is not a very new thing. We had seen already the SARS virus in 2013, MERS virus. It's again Corona uh, family virus. It was 2012, and we know these pandemic just vanishes within a year or two. But this cough, it is not that much deadly as MERS, but it is more contagious. So everyone knows it's now like history would be the of era. So so I'm not going about detail of microbiology and molecular biology of virus because everyone knows it very beautifully. So the first clinical study document, or we can say the patient zero, identified or discovered in 1st December according to the Lancet paper. And the very first documented case which was hospitalized, it was on again in December around 20. The first case was reported in India in 30th January 2020. Now, if we talk about impact, so as Dr. Kanaklata already told, it is now more than 23 million cases worldwide, and we have more than 8 lakhs death due to COVID-19. Similarly, in India, the case is more than 3 million, and now we have 58, more than 58,000 deaths have been reported in India only. If we talk about the curve, the epi curve, one can say, so from there we can see uh, from current status, we can say this might be the peak that we have already seen. According to WHO, the peak was on 15th of August, and I am showing the data that is from Worldometer. So if we won't have the more than let's say 2 lakhs 91,000 case per day, so we can say we reached the peak in August or in July, and similarly that peak was reported on April 17th when in a single day 8,563 people were dead. So I just talk about the initial thing we did because of impact of COVID-19. So in NCDC Delhi, we were able to set up call center because so we have started in January. So that means in January we won't have cases in where after 30th we have one. So but we have established the call center because the pandemic and panic are the things which are goes very simultaneously, and this panic is sometimes it's become more dangerous. So the very first step that we uh, uh, put Paul was establishing a call center, You all must be having in India that caller tone to call on if you have any query regarding. That time we are saying NCOV 19. Then after that, we started training of trainers. That means training of doctors and other uh, medical or healthcare workers. So we trained people from Maulana Azad Medical College, DRDO, DIPAS, and CRPF. These were the people we have trained in NCDC for testing different type of testing, zero testing, RNA-based testing, and how samples can be drawn. So many other things we trained. So I worked as a member secretary in that committee. After that, uh, not after that, simultaneously we were developing the diagnostic facility in NCDC, and very less time we were able to procure one fully automated machine, that is Roche Cobas 6600. So it was the machine that we procured after the COVID outbreak. It was the fully automated machine. After that, we also developed the genomic sequencing facility for COVID-19. And by this mean, we were able to sequence more than 100 genome that time, and we got uh, published this paper, the integrated view of genomics of SARS-CoV-2 in India. So it was in Wellcome Open Research Journal. So negative thing we already know it impacts a hell lot of every sector, right from tourism to economy to banking to even if we talk about healthcare. So yes, there is a negative impact of that time. The reason was so many things we know. So, okay, so we will talk about the positive impact of COVID-19. The very first positive impact that comes in our mind is reduction of pollution, and it is really a big thing because pollution, like in Delhi, so no one were able to imagine that this kind of reduction in pollution is possible in Delhi. The central government, the Delhi government, Delhi government initiated reduce the pollution, but it was not the what due to those efforts, but yeah, it just vanishes on the Delhi and entire India, or in some cases entire world. This NO2 concentration in China, so it's decreased something like anything. And similarly, it's good for air, water, ozone layer, even noise pollution. So every kind of pollution was dropped like anything. Yeah. So the next thing that was drop in crime worldwide. So these were the positive effect of COVID-19, and then we know we all started hygiene practices, and it's become very popular now. Normal public are usually become more hygiene oriented now. Third thing is reduction in traffic and traffic related injuries. So we know in India and other developing countries, this traffic injuries are a lot of, but yeah, during that COVID, it was well controlled. Another important aspect we saw is control over infectious disease, especially the respiratory disease. I saw one paper there where they have said that influenza virus is in total is totally under control due to the control measure we have used for SARS-CoV-2. So it is again the blessing in disguise, we can say. Similarly, different industries like in remote working technology, they flourished like anything. And Dr. Uh, Kanaklata also told about telemedicine. So innovation in this field is, we will definitely see after a few months or in a year, the different innovation which were in practices in telemedicine now. Okay, so this is slide. So there are several slides of import. This is the most important slide. What I can say for everyone. So the physiological impact of potential solution. So unemployment, depression, anxiety, economic loss, worried about loved ones, loneliness, fear, and these things become more problematic whenever we talk about quarantine. The people in quarantine feels hell like sometimes. So it is a very depressing. I also went through the quarantine period in South Korea because I wasn't there earlier. So the common thing that can reduce this type of negative effect, psychological negative effect due to uh, corona virus is setting up routine. So whenever so without this COVID, we all were busy in our routine. But whenever we are in lockdown or something, some like hostile condition, we just uh, forget about our daily routine. So setting up our daily routine according to our current situation, practicing yoga would be again a very good way to get rid of depression, anxiety. Third thing, the technology. Now we have wonderful technology. Person can spend a whole day just playing online Ludo or something like that. So whole day is not a good idea. So do for uh, hour or so. Discipline. So if the person is disciplined, it's would be a more happy person. So research has already shown this thing. So whenever you are in discipline, you will do a very right thing, and the things become very favorable. The fifth one is learning new skill. If you are interested to learn some dance step or some, let's say, Python programming, or watch some really skillful videos for according to your interest, one can learn, let's say, French or few words in French. So learning new skill definitely will help you, and the follow your hobbies. If you want, if you are good in chess, you can learn some more lessons on YouTube videos for chess. Another thing, the last one is connect with your friends and relatives. Just set a time that in the evening around 4 to 4:30, I will have hang out with my all relatives and friend, or circle or friends or relatives of your own age, uh, for half an hour. Google Hangout, but not outside. You can do it on online, Google or Skype or in Zoom like us. So these things will definitely help to get rid of negative impact of corona pandemic. Okay, so now I will talk about the future aspects. So mainly I will focus on healthcare sector. So in future, the connectivity of patient and healthcare professionals will increase with the proper use of technology. We are still the healthcare people and doctors and other paramedical staff and other people are connected, but they are not connected that properly. So we definitely will have some better apps and better platform for the connectivity. The second, the robotics. Yeah, definitely this is going to boom like anything, because the hospital robot, surgical robot, care robots, and exoskeletons, right? So these markets are still growing, but definitely due to this COVID, everyone will see the great upward of fundings and increase in innovation in these type of constructing in these type of robots. The third one, the remote working technology, again like telemedicine or anything that will help you to work remotely, is definitely going to increase the funding side, the market acceptability, and everything. Similarly, the healthcare funding, especially in infectious disease and infectious disease research, it would be going to be very high. So all government, including our, will help in these areas that, like anything. Now, healthcare apps, the mobile apps, we know we have some apps in India, we have several apps in South Korea, and the people are researched and they said that the control of COVID-19 cases in South Korea is also due to the apps they are having. They are having very good apps in their mobiles, and the connectivity is very strong. So definitely these apps are very helpful in controlling, and later on these apps become more powerful, and definitely in next unfortunate pandemic, those mobile apps would be like divine nectar. Now, the future of COVID-19 would definitely depends on the vaccines. So these are the six vaccines. These are the seven vaccines. Exclude the last one. It is in clinical phase 2 trial. So the first six vaccines, these are in clinical trial phase 3, and these are a very good hope for everyone. If we have vaccine and very effective vaccine for COVID, this would uh, just like stopping the virus. So this again would be a divine nectar for everyone. So the whole future is depends on these six. We have 30 in clinical evaluation, but this six, if any one of the six become got every clearance and good effect, so definitely we will have vaccine very first month of 2021, or it or might be even before that, right? So so again, the future aspects, again, the funding in healthcare sector, especially in infectious disease and research, will be better, like never. And healthcare apps, mobile application of health management would be more advanced, and they will start definitely using AI in this component, because the huge data is now available. The mobile apps and servers and government and different companies, they are fetching huge data from the apps we are having currently in our mobile, not only from this COVID-19 related health apps, several other apps. The database has become so big, and we have different big data technology, deep learning, and these definitely will make the mobile apps is like super apps. And definitely in future we are going to see, and we will the witness to see the AI powered mobile apps for infectious disease or health management. Yeah, two more aspects which are very uncertain. But definitely, whenever if we have effective vaccines against any pathogen like COVID-19, any virus or any pathogen, yeah, this might be the scene that people will see the genetic shift and genetic drift in the virus, as like influenza. We require every year or twice in a year different types of vaccine because of mutation or antigenic shift and drift or antigenic variation. So this might also will be there with COVID-19. If we have effective vaccine, then the next research would be like identifying the universal vaccines for this kind of pathogens. And yeah, finally, if we have the better drug, because more than I think more than 200 clinical trials is going for drugs also. So if we have better drug in near future, so definitely we will see when we administer drug for mass scale population. So there may be the drug resistance, because we know because the virus is at so many locations, so it has variation. And I saw the genome, I assembled the genome of virus. So now we have different variation. If we start from right from China to other parts of world, so it has variation, and this variation may cause drug resistance later on. So in that case, we require such drug which unlikely to be having the drug resistance. Right. So thank you. So I'm just showing the machine, the Cobas 6800 that we procured just after the COVID outbreak, and we able to uh, make it functional in record time. So the time was the protocol time was more than a month, and we did it in few days. So thank you, thanks a lot. So anyone having any query, any doubt, can discuss. We can discuss now.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for joining with us and providing us this valuable information. Dr. Jaiswal has provided us many valuable information like how the artificial intelligence taking place in the field of healthcare and which are the vaccines which are being developed during the phase of pandemic COVID-19 and what is the future of COVID-19. We can have a vaccine in near future, but we can't ignore the drug resistance even in the case of we have a successful vaccine program. So without any delay, now I would like to call Dr. Alok Mukherjee, who have joined us from his busy schedule to provide us valuable information on the topic and to enlighten us with his knowledge. Sir, please join us and provide the valuable information to us.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We can hear you, sir.
Good afternoon.
Very good
Uh,
afternoon, sir.
for starting my thought of on this post-COVID-19 impact and other things, I really thankful to uh, Dr. Kanakshita Madam for giving me the opportunity and the management of the Metro Group of Institutions, or especially the Metro College of Pharmacy. Thankful to Dr. Shurinder Lalwani, the principal of the college, and different faculty members, especially for providing me the platform to discuss with you some of the topics. Especially I mentioned here that earlier Dr. PKS Vishen, who was my guide during my PhD in CDRI way back in 2008. So, due to some unfortunate problem in the family members, and he was really busy with the some homework and also to take care of the patient. He cannot present this presentation at the scheduled time. So we just make sorry for not being a part of this seminar as you invited him. But in behalf of that, personally, I took a responsibility to just present a small topic on this international webinar on very good respective Dr. Lalwani sir, that he said me that please come and different different your lectures. So today I am going to discuss one part of important this sharing. And in that case, before starting this, I should firstly congratulate all the speakers earlier talked to me. What are the important requirements are there for this COVID-19, and especially since last 4 or 5 months we are in a part of this situation where the corona is there, and fighting with this corona, a lot of warriors have been lost their lost life, especially the doctors, nurses, paramedical staff and pharmacists, those who are working day and night for this saving the corona patient, especially they are really very good worker, and we salute them, because apart from this it is not possible to save the life of the people who are critically ill. I'm really thankful to Dr. Varun Yashwalji, who has given a very short keynote address on especially the what are the requirements of nowadays to work with this corona, what are the new clinical trials have been going through, and how we people of India and throughout the world can learn to live with this corona, because it is the only that cure is better than prevention is better than cure. So unless no medicine or vaccine is coming out, we have to live with this corona and we have to learn to live with this corona. But as for the topic, today I had selected one topic. What are the future prospects in pharmaceuticals world where we can do some precaution with this phytopharmaceuticals? That means drugs which are useful in case of plants. And this is the very important scenario in the different Asian countries like India or some other countries which are mostly based on the this tribal medicines or the folk medicines, or especially you can say the plant medicine, which can cure different type of bacteria and viral diseases. So today I have just make a few light on this future prospect on how we can develop our prospects in the phytopharmaceuticals, where the people are not having a job, lost their job, getting a less of money, and still the pharmacists are working hard, but they are not getting a proper salary and proper field of pharmacy to join near future. As we know, we all are here to discuss this part. What are the natural products? Natural products from the plants and animals and microorganisms are potent biotics. We all know, surrounding in all the fauna and flora, the plants are there, animals are there, and they are the good source of this biotics potent medicines. Humans have been using this potent action natural product for multiple purpose, for medicinal purpose, for cosmetic purpose, and recreation. And that is why nowadays you can see, apart from this chemical substances, there are certain drugs or there are different industries are there which are focuses on the herbal medicine or herbal formulation, which are very good prospect for the pharmacy space. The demand of herb medicines is gaining positive traction with the patient demand for herbal therapy. World Health Organization, who is completely guiding us to take out the what are the corona vaccines are there, medicines are there, has also reported that around 70 to 80% of people globally rely on herbal sources for their treatment. It may be different type of diseases, chronic diseases, acute diseases, including this corona disease. Herbal medicine have made to the headlines to their future features and result-oriented therapy. Although they are slow-acting, but they have a very lesser side effects also. So they are getting and gaining a good response from the consumer that herbal medicine can be useful and can be giving a better result also for different therapies. Patients are now embracing herbal care due to better compatibility and low side effects. And that is why the most of the people, those who are in above 60 plus age, who are considered geriatric patients or the pediatric patients, are mostly rely on these type of alternative medicine, which having a lesser side effect. The market is the growing exponentially. So here, the pharmacist can have a very good future to being a part of this phytopharmaceuticals. They can manufacture, they can market, they can go for the research of different phytopharmaceuticals where they can have a good job or future prospects. Naturally occurring drug cannot be a mass product, so they must be studied in order to develop synthetic biostimulants. And there are different market products out there which can be initially derived from the natural product and then they can be developed with a semi-synthetic or synthetic. You can ask Gatine, Rizartine, then atropine, then metformin. There are different type of drugs which are in a very sellable or very good costing drugs useful by the using by the different physicians or different modern practitioners, but they are initially either it is morphine or codeine, they are initially derived from the plants. So producing these compounds synthetically allows modification to be made such as increase in bioavailability, alter pharmacokinetics, and increase efficacy. And that is why we need to derive it synthetically or semi-synthetically with the little modification so they can be good bioavailability, reshape to the particular tissue and give the potent effect on this part. These modifications can transfer crude inactive plant extract into the powerful drug as observed in some of the very critical type of cancers or immunomodulators like this. Thus, natural compound to provide excellent model to produce novel drugs or novel. Medicinal plants play a crucial role in the development of new bioactive compounds in the current market, and drug discovery strategy based on natural products and traditional medicine are re-emerging as an interesting choice for new drugs candidates to facilitate discovery process and also for the development of rational synergistic herbal compounds. And that is why it is now a very good field for the pharmacists or for natural therapists, with those who are working for the new discovery from the this herbal formulation. And whether the drugs are coming to the market a little later or what are the different drugs are there in case of modern medicine, still the people are working for herbal formulation which can cure especially these type of pandemic viral diseases or bacterial diseases every 10 years coming into this world. Pharmaceutical companies currently emphasizes their exploitation in new drug discovery by screening and characterizing favored synthetic compounds as compatible alternatives. And that's why a lot of market people or the marketing industry are working on the herbal formulation apart from their modern medicine. Consumer spending on conventional drug increases 7.5 million of US dollars. This rising demand will further boost the industry growth between 2020 to 26. That means there are a different scope or large scope towards the herbal formulation where a lot of the consumers are completely believing on these type of alternative medicine where you can use the Ayurvedic drugs or the herbal drugs, or you can say the homeopathic drugs or the Unani or Siddha drugs also. So they all are alternative drugs and they can be very widely useful, and the consumer spending more and more money towards to buy this and save their life, to increase their lifespan. Herbal medicine market is essentially to be valued 1,29,689 million US dollars by 2023 and expected to grow more and more, increasing forecast of 5.88%. And this is a large volume where the every pharmacist or pharmacist or you can say the pharmaceutical world people can work to develop this market more and more and can earn and learn to how to we can survive in this pandemic season with the pharmacy having a phytopharmaceutical knowledge. The hospital and retail pharmacist segment accounted for the largest market share in 1890, 55.82%, where herbal pharmaceuticals accounted for the largest market share, 55.18 in last year. And that is why we can compare here that herbal pharmaceutical is also growing very drastically for the development of new and new novel drugs. Now this is a picture of global herbal model market. Presently, North America and Europe hold significant market share, but now Asia Pacific herbal medicine, including China and India, is estimated to face significant growth rate over the next past time. And that is why in all cases you can see these Asian region people are working towards and believing in the herbal market, herbal medicine, and that's why they can compare with the North American people and European people, where the drugs are being properly known as health supplement. According to the World Health Organization, both China and India are investing heavily in research and advancement of better drugs oriented from the South, and that is why the lot of industry from abroad or from India is going to get good market globally throughout the world. These are certain pharmaceuticals which are developed through herbal drugs. It can be tablet, it can be capsule, it can be nasal spray, then suppository, transdermal packages, oral solutions, powders are there. What are the drugs? Basically, they are consisting of one or more herbs or processed herbs in specified quantities to provide specific and nutritional cosmetic benefits mean to use the diagnose, treat, mitigate disease of human beings and animals also. And that is why these formulations must have a single drug as a plant drug or animal drug, or there may be a combination of the two compounds. And this is the market then. major player of global herbal markets, where the pharmacies can have their scope in future, like some of the Indian drugs are also, Indian pharmaceutical companies are also like Himalayan Global Holdings, and Patanjali Ayurvedic Pharma, and Java is also there. Although there are certain market players are also there, Shaker and Boomer, Kishima Pharmaceuticals from Japan, then Dashab Crops, then Zinc Pharma, Germany, Arizona, Natural Products. These are the market players at the global which they are working for the herbal medicine. And these are the popular herbal brands in India, where in our lifespan, sometimes we are using this drug like Lip52, Cystone, Needi, Septilin, which is nowadays very popular for the antiviral drugs also nowadays. Then Citralabucal, Gasex, Pilex, these are the very common drugs we are using in our lifestyle, or maybe in childhood we can use by our parents. Global herbal medicine market size is expected to reach 411.2 billion US dollars by 2026, and this is a market research which is very vital, important for our pharmaceutical world people, those who are working in this phytopharmaceutical process. The herbal pharmaceutical segment is growing and going to increase R&D on various fronts to find their medicinal properties with having fewer side effects and rising prevalence of chronic disease such as diabetes, arthritis, cancer, sleep disorders, liver problems, where the major problems are there from the gastric problem, and these can be cured by the only herbs. Number of drugs developed from the natural sources undoubtedly having a reversalized medicine, which can be antibiotic like penicillin, tetracycline, erythromycin. They all are developed initially from the plant. Antiparasitic like ivermectin, antihypertensive like buprenorphine, as I told earlier, anti-malarial quinine, artemisinin, then immunosuppressant like cyclosporine, rifampicin, sorry, rapamycin, anti-cancer drugs like paclitaxel, and then anti-diabetic like metformin. These are the drugs which are widely used nowadays for the modern medicine people and also being derived from natural sources. Uh, I'm not going into the detail of this slide because this is a one aspect where the drugs adulterations are very common in the market where the herbal medicines are there. So the people are those who are involved in this marketing people or the manufacturing people, they should know how to detect out the drug adulteration and how to evaluate drugs by the different parameters, like it may be a chemical parameters or it can be biological parameters or taxonomical parameters, but they have a good prospect in the different government or industry, especially European Medical Agency, Food and Drug Administration, where you can go for a good job where you can identify the adulteration and they can go for evaluation for different type of chemicals or different type of herbs. I also have a good source of your prospects. Indian Pharmacopoeia Commission in Ghaziabad can be also a good part. They mix a different type of assay and then they can publish a different type of IP or Ayurvedic Pharmacopoeia, Indian Pharmacopoeia or different type of Pharmacopoeia, herbal Pharmacopoeia, where the people has to involve and work for this adulteration and evaluation method to controlling the use of medicine and controlling the adulteration. So these are the prospects of the drug. There are another prospect in the cultivation, collection, and harvesting of medicinal plants, which also gives you good guidelines and knowledge of a drug, especially government also funding for people those who are having this type of cultivation and collection in the medicinal plant and can provide different jobs to the people of pharmacy. These are the different parameters of the evolution of herbal medicine. Quality control and quality assurance of herbal drugs and stability testing of the phytopharmaceuticals, nutraceuticals, and herbal formulations are there. And here, people having a good prospect for the future for getting a knowledge and getting a good outcome. Everybody is correct? Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Everybody is awake, no? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Can you identify this celebrity? This is a checking that whether you people are awakening or not, or listening to me. Or I think most of you can identify these people. This is a celebrity recently retired from cricket. The very good people, cool captain of India, MS Dhoni. So I'm just continuing. There are different methods of extraction of these herbal drugs. I'm not going into detail because this is part of our syllabus of all the pharmacy people. So we know how to go for a traditional type of conventional technique of extraction. Now there are different type of new techniques are also there where we can have a microwave extraction, steam distillation, supercritical root extraction, and we can save the time and also the potency of a drug by pure identification of the compound. But there is another prospect where we can make these drugs in a small dosage form, like novel drug delivery system or the nano system. So global need for the novel herbal drug formulation, where the drugs are in a very small quantity, can affect a larger. And that's why there are different type of novel herbal delivery systems are there, where we can have liposome, phytosome, ethosome, then nanoparticles, implant, and transposome are also there, where the natural drugs can be encapsulated by the different methods and can be derived into novel herbal drug formulation. There are different type of advances are there. It can improve the stability, the bioavailability, compatibility issues are also good. Then it reveals profile is good. Those can be reduced, avoid the pre-symptomatic metabolism, and facilitating the patient compliance also. And as well, the availability and energy can, can be improved. So by this, the global need of novel herbal drug formulation can also have a good prospect for the different scientists or especially the pharmacist people, where we can develop different drugs in a different formulation, where we can need nanoparticles, yeah, nanomaterials. These nanomaterials are in a different form. I'm not going into detail. It may be a nanocapsule, it can be a nanosphere, or they can be modified into a nanocarrier. And there are different type of pharmaceutics people are there. Those who can design this type of drug with having an active constituent as a plant medicine or plant extract or the fractions or the isolated compound can encapsulate it or make it the nanosphere. Nanoparticle can also be used to target the herbal medicine to the individual organ, which improves the selectivity, drug delivery, and effectiveness and safety also. And it can utilize to increase the herbal drug solubility and help to localize the drug in a specific site, thus resulting in a better application. And that is required in the need of the hour, where we can go for a better and better. Then there are different nano combinations are there, we all know, but there are different methods of thermal combinations are also there, and these can be a one method in case of nano fabrication, spray drying, nano encapsulation. And these are certain nano formulations marketed in the now market. Artemisia annua, then curcuma in a novel drug delivery system, Centella acetica in a novel drug delivery system, berberine nanoparticles are in market, genistein are in the market with a nano formulations, taxol, paclitaxol nanoparticles are there and widely used for the anti-cancer people. And there are different herbal cosmetics also there in nano form, nano herbal cosmetics, where the shampoos are there, skin creams are there, then curcumin and other body creams are also there, which can be used for the sunscreen or different type of body creams. So here again the field is there where we can work on. Now I'm completing this with this herbal drugs having immunoboosters. Now these immunoboosters may be very commonly useful, and this is given by our Ayush government, giving Ayush what? as Dr. Kanaklata madam has earlier said, that there are different type of kadha out there, and these kadhas can be taken in the form of tulsi, dalchini, suchi, and krishna michi. And thank you. This is my college where I'm working. Thank you for patience. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for joining with us from your busy schedule and providing us this valuable information on herbal drugs and herbal formulation and their role in pandemic era and how they are benefiting our Indian economy. So we are very thankful to you, sir, for providing this information to us. Now, without any delay, I would like to call Dr. Surendra Lalwani, Principal Pharmacy, Metro College of Health Sciences and Research, for the vote of thanks and to conclude the session. So now I would like to invite Dr. Surendra Lalwani. Sir,
Thank you,
please
sir.
join us.
My voice is clear.
Yes, sir, we can hear you, sir.
Madam, my voice is clear to all. So, vote of thanks. I got the opportunity to give a vote of thanks. So, starting with the Sarve Santu Sukhin and Sarve Bhavantu Niramaya. सारे सुखी हों और सारे स्वस्थ हों. I am honored and lucky to have the opportunity to give a vote of thanks on a special day, a webinar. It has been our pleasure to host all the participants of the international webinar on impact of COVID-19 on healthcare practices and future aspects, organized by Metro College of Health Sciences and Research. The participants were very enthusiastic. I am thankful to all the participants for coming online to attend the live webinar. Thanks again for all the participants. We have been fortunate to have some of the eminent person from academia as well as industry. I am sure that the participants must have benefited by attending this international webinar. I am very thankful to management. Without their generous financial support, it would not be have to the possible to organize this webinar. And I am sure that MCHSR will continue to get generous support in the future also. I am presenting bouquet of thanks to Dr. Sonia Lal Gupta, Managing Director, MCHSR, for giving the opportunity to organize this webinar. And I am very thankful to Dr. Pradeep Vishen, Faculty of Medicine, Department of Nutritional Sciences, University of Toronto, Canada. Because of the unavoidable circumstances, Sir could not join us, but he nominated to Dr. Alok Mukherjee. He is a principal, United Institute of Pharmacy, Naini, Prayagraj. On behalf of him, thankful to Dr. Mukherjee for presenting an informative idea on the herbal medicines and their scope in the global market. Definitely, Dr. Alok, it will be helpful for our students to use proper, and already they are using as to control the various diseases. COVID-19. Thanks to Dr. Varun Jaiswal, Assistant Professor, Gakon University in South Korea, who spared time for his tight schedule to shower the knowledge to all of us, as well as for the psychological effect and how to control, how to behave, and how to normalize the life, because this is the COVID which highly affected to each and everyone on the earth. So, Doctor, thank you once again for providing a nice talk to our student as well as to all of us to motivate also to how to overcome to disease to win for this COVID-19. Thanks to Dr. Kanak Lata, Director of Education, MCHSR Greater Noida, for delivering such a nice talk and excellent talk to the overcome from this disease as we are facing suffering from this disease on the end. हरे को मैडम अभी कोविड ने पूरा मूव कर दिया हुआ है, तो आपके टॉक ने काफी अच्छा मोटिवेट किया. डेफिनेटली हम सब काफी इससे इम्प्रेस हुए हैं और ये पूरा इम्प्लीमेंट भी करेंगे. और ना किस तरह से शुक्रिया कहें आपको, स्पेशली फॉर द प्रेजेंटर एंड स्पीकर्स, किस तरह से शुक्रिया कहें आपको, धरा से उठाकर दिल में बिठा दिया. किस तरह से शुक्रिया कहें आपको, धरा से उठाकर दिल में बिठा दिया, नजरों में समाकर पलकों पे सजा दिया. इतना प्यार दिया आपने हमको, इतना प्यार दिया आपने हमको कि मेरे बिखरे शब्दों को कविता में बदल दिया, कि मेरे बिखरे शब्दों को कविता में बदल. थैंक यू मैडम फॉर अ नाइस टॉक एंड वंडरफुल टॉक.
Thank you so much. Lots of good wishes, blessings to all. And I'm very, very thankful for all the eminent speakers for providing quality time beside their busy schedule. So thankful to all the speakers, all participants, and the faculty members, organizers, you, Dr. Lalwani,
Yes, madam.
and our managing director and the office, all people who has extended their cooperation to make this program success. Thank you so much.
We will continue.
Thank you, madam. Thank you so nice of you. It's a nice virtual meeting. After a long time, I could not able to go to the
Thank you to
Noida,
you too, sir.
but that's a good thing. So nice, sir.
Given us such a nice vision on herbal drugs, it's such a lengthy way. It's a wonderful, sir. Thank you so much to Dr. Varun also. And
in continuation with the series of thanks, I would like to thank Mr. Jasmul Haq, General Manager Operation and Chief Secretary, Director Office, for his consistent support to all time where is the required. सर से हमने काफी सपोर्ट मांगा, शाम को सुबह जब भी उनको कॉल करता ही always ready with us. Thanks to Mr.
True fact.
I sincerely thanks to the member of organizing and advisory committee for their arrangement and valuable suggestion as every finger makes the strength. I sincerely thanks to my pillars, Mr. Dr. Sameer Rastogi, Vice Principal, Dr. Neha Ronald William, and Ms. Rashmi Singh, Program Coordinator, Mr. Sagar for anchoring, and Mrs. Kanika and Mrs. Anupam, and Mrs. Komal for the technical committee members, and Mrs. Akanshi and Mr. Rahul for compiling all the received data. Special thanks to Atul, a server man, and from admin department, Mr. Devendra Singh and Mr. UK Kol. Sir, thank you to all time and providing for the necessary facilities for us. Finally, ये कहे के दिल ने मेरे हौसले बढ़ा दिए. हाउ टू कम, अभी जो कोविड चल रहा है उससे हम कैसे विनिंग करनी है, क्योंकि हमें अपनी विल पावर बढ़ानी है और इस डिजीज से हमें मुक्ति दिलानी है. तो ये कहे कि दिल ने मेरे हौसले बढ़ाए हैं, गमों की धूप के आगे खुशी के साए हैं. हार हो जाती जब मान लिया जाता, हार हो जाती जब मान लिया जाता, जीत तब होती जब ठान लिया जाता. कि सारे हम मिलके ठानेंगे कि कोविड से हमें फाइट करना है और इस बीमारी से हमें निजात पानी है और इसको दूर भगाना है, तभी हम इससे इस बीमारी को दूर कर सकते हैं. So once again, thanks to Mr. Kaul and Mr. Devendra for providing the necessary facilities, and thanks to all those who are directly and indirectly involving to make this event successful. जिनका मैंने कोई गलती से छूट भी गए होंगे, हमारी तरफ से उनके लिए भी शुक्रिया अदा करता हूँ. जो फ्रंट लाइन में हैं और जो पर्दे के पीछे हैं, सारे हमारे लिए वैल्यूएबल पार्ट्स हैं. And we hope then in future again we will support from the स्पीकर्स ऑल्सो. हम समय समय पे स्पीकर को अपने प्लेटफॉर्म पे बुलाएंगे और एसोसिएट करके उनको हम असेंबल करके उनके गाइडलाइन और अपने स्टूडेंट, अपने फैकल्टी से काफी अच्छा उनसे हम बेनिफिट ले सकते हैं. सो वंस अगेन थैंक टू डॉक्टर जायसवाल, थैंक टू डॉक्टर आलोक मुखर्जी, थैंक टू डॉक्टर कनक लता, and again I am thankful everyone whose contribution has made this conference webinar, international webinar, a successful conference. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. Thank you. Have a good day. आपका दिन शुभ हो.
thank you, sir, for the vote of thanks and to conclude the session. And I would like to thank all the speakers and all the participants to join this session from their busy schedule. And I think, actually, I believe that this bond will going to continue in future. We are definitely going to have a series of such kind of webinars in future, and we will definitely going to improve our quality day by day. And this is for the audience that the feedback form will be shared on their link ID. So kindly revert back the form so that we can provide you the certificate for the session. Thanks for joining. This is all for the session. Thank you.